Greetings, kindred friend. Have you ever noticed how quietly time flows as we enter the twilight of our lives? The years glide by, our legs seem to slow down, and our internal energy begins to shift silently. Many of us carry a hidden fear, the fear that old age is a time when the world shrinks, when we fade away and lose our purpose in life. I once carried that same anxiety until one afternoon, while sitting quietly in a park, I witnessed a sight that woke me up. I saw an elderly man, likely over 80 with hair as white as frost, running and playing frisbee with his young grandchild. In that moment, his laughter rang out so radiantly and freely that time seemed to stand completely still. That moment granted me a liberating truth. Growing older is not a decline. It is a journey of refinement where we learn to live more wisely. In the profound wisdom of the Buddha, old age is a sacred invitation, a call to return to mindfulness, find peace, and live a life of purpose. In tonight's journey, I want to share with you 8 practical secrets to caring for yourself and creating a truly peaceful living space. Engrave this into your heart: growing older is not losing life. It is learning how to live it more peacefully. The first secret: walking in strength and stillness. We often view walking as a means to get from one point to another, or as a mandatory physical exercise. However, in the wisdom of the Buddha, walking is not just the movement of the legs. It is a miraculous medicine that can completely transform both your body and your soul. I still remember the early days when I began establishing a morning walking habit. At that time, my body still bore the heavy marks of time, stiff joints and heavy, slow steps. I used to feel discouraged, seeing that I was no longer as nimble as before. Yet, after just a few days of persistence, a silent miracle occurred. As my legs found their rhythm, my mind suddenly became unusually quiet. The anxieties that were once loud vanished, giving way to a steady and solid breath. Imagine yourself walking under cool, green canopies. Listen to the rustle of leaves beneath your feet. Feel the warm sunlight filtering through the branches and hear the birds chirping somewhere above. In that space, you do not need to hurry anywhere. This is the spirit of walking meditation. The Buddha taught that every step can be a return to the present. Instead of letting the mind wander to the past or future, place your full attention on the soles of your feet as they contact the compassionate Mother Earth. I once met an elderly woman at a temple retreat. Though her steps were somewhat trembling, her face radiated an unprecedented dignity. She told me something I will forever cherish. When my body moves, my mind finds peace. Tonight, I invite you to promise yourself, tomorrow, spend just 10 to 15 minutes taking a stroll. Do not walk to achieve any goal. Walk to feel your breath. Walk to feel the rhythm of your steps, and walk to smile at the world around you. Understand this soothing truth: every mindful step strengthens both body and soul. The second secret: eating with self-appreciation. Do you ever realize that the frantic pace of life outside sometimes accidentally creeps into our meals? Many of us have the habit of eating very fast, using convenience foods, or eating while letting our minds be swept away by news on the TV. As a result, even if the stomach is full, the body still feels heavy, tired, and lacks true vital energy. I vividly remember a quiet afternoon when I decided to set aside all worries to hand-cook a simple bowl of vegetable soup. Standing by the stove, seeing the vibrant orange of carrots, the gentle green of beans, and feeling the deep warmth spreading through the steam, I suddenly realized preparing food is not a boring household chore. It is an act of mindfulness and care. In the eyes of Zen masters, food is not merely fuel for the machinery of the body. It is a sacred gift we receive from life, from the sunlight, the rain, and the compassionate earth. When we eat in a hurry, we are unintentionally rejecting that gift. Tonight, I invite you to make a small commitment for tomorrow. Try to slow down your eating a bit. When you take a bite, notice the flavor, texture, and essence melting in your mouth. Let the act of consuming food become a deep connection with yourself. An old monk once shared, "Food is my daily medicine." When you appreciate what you eat, your body will automatically return to a state of balance and health. Engrave this truth into your heart. The way you eat reflects the way you care for yourself. The third secret, awakening joy through laughter. There is a quiet reality that as we age, our faces seem to become more stern. We carry the weight of experiences, worries for our children, and reflections on time. We believe we must maintain a somber aura to appear wise. But dear friend, joy and laughter are also noble forms of healing. I remember an evening when I watched an old comedy from decades ago with an old friend. Initially, I sat there with my usual composed demeanor. But then, an ironic situation on the screen made my friend burst out laughing, and I couldn't hold it back either. We laughed uncontrollably until tears streamed down and our chests shook. At that very moment, I realized a liberating truth in that laughter. Every health worry and every future anxiety completely vanished. Only pure presence remained. In Buddhist wisdom, true joy appears when attachment is loosened. Laughter is when we let go of the rigid ego, allowing the mind to become soft and the heart to open to embrace life's flaws. Laughter is not just an expression. It is a smooth medicine that releases tensed muscles and connects us in a warm frequency. Tonight, I invite you to let your soul become light again. Actively seek out witty stories, light-hearted movies, or moments of play with children. Do not fear losing your dignity, for sincerity is the most radiant beauty of a soul that has passed through all ups and downs. Engrave this truth into your heart. The more laughter you allow, the lighter life becomes. The fourth secret, creating a peaceful rhythm for the new day. I remember clearly the first days after I officially left work. No more alarm clocks rushing me, no dense meeting schedules or projects to finish on time. Initially, I thought it was absolute freedom. But after a short while, that freedom suddenly turned into a terrifying emptiness. Tuesdays or Thursdays drifted by in aimlessness, and I realized, without a framework to lean on, our minds easily fall into lethargy and lose the meaning of presence. The turning point came when I had the chance to observe the lives of monks in a monastery. Do you know why they always maintain a serene aura, even though every day seems identical? It is because monastery life is built on an extremely strict yet gentle routine. They do not let time pass randomly. They weave mindfulness into every rhythm, an hour of meditation at dawn, an hour of silent work, and an hour of contemplation at dusk. This routine creates a rhythm for the soul. And when there is rhythm, our nervous system feels safe. Tonight, I invite you to sketch a few mindfulness anchors for tomorrow. They don't need to be big plans, just small acts performed with full attention, a warm cup of tea at dawn, a short walk in nature, or a few pages of a precious book in the afternoon. When you establish these quiet stops, you will find you are no longer drifting in the ocean of time. Each new day is no longer a monotonous repetition, but a melodious piece of music where you are the conductor. Understand this soothing truth. A gentle routine turns the most ordinary days into the most peaceful ones. The fifth secret, warming the heart through connection. Dear friend, there is a truth few of us want to admit. The world seems to shrink as we age. Social gatherings thin out. Old friends sometimes lose touch, and sometimes we build a wall of silence around ourselves. We fear bothering our children, fear becoming a burden, and so we choose to keep all our feelings deep inside a shell of false toughness. I was once like that, always believing that absolute silence was the sign of a strong soul. Until one winter evening, as emptiness began to weigh on my chest, the phone rang. It was my daughter. We talked for nearly an hour about the smallest things, a sprout blooming in her garden, the laughter of my grandchildren. When I hung up, I was amazed to find the fatigue in my mind had suddenly vanished. It turns out, my chest didn't need more silence. It needed to breathe through shared words. In the Buddha's teachings, he emphasized the concept of Sangha, the community. Sangha is not just monks practicing together. In daily life, it is the community of virtuous friends who are ready to listen and support each other. The Buddha taught admirable friendship is actually the whole of the spiritual life. We were not born to walk alone through this life. I knew a woman in her 70s who, after her partner passed away, fell into the darkness of depression. Then she decided to join a local book club. Beyond the pages, she found kindred spirits, people who smiled with her at the fluctuations of time. Her face suddenly brightened, as if watered by a new source of vitality. Tonight, I invite you to open your heart. Tomorrow, do not wait for the phone to ring. Actively pick it up and call an old friend. Smile and greet the neighbor over the fence, or join a community group where you can be yourself. A sincere inquiry, a simple story is sometimes the most precious medicine to heal the silent scars of the soul. Engrave this truth into your heart. Human connection keeps the heart alive. The sixth secret, nourishing the beginner's mind through new things. Dear friend, there is a thin line between stability and stagnation. As age comes, we tend to seek out what is most familiar. We eat the same dish, walk the same path, and repeat the same thought patterns every day. This repetition brings safety, but sometimes it silently lets our minds become covered in dust, making the world around us suddenly gray and monotonous. I remember the moment I bravely signed up for a pottery class last year. Imagine someone accustomed to neatness like me sitting before a potter's wheel, hands covered in mud, and the first product so distorted they couldn't be named. People around me smiled, and I laughed at my own clumsiness. But in that mud and distortion, I found a pure joy I had lost since my youth. This is what ancient wisdom calls beginner's mind. The Buddha taught us to look at life with the eyes of someone seeing the moonlight for the first time, touching a stream for the first time. When you dare to try something new, whether starting a strange hobby, choosing a different path to the park, or learning about a topic you thought was too hard, you are reactivating the seeds of creativity sleeping in your brain. Newness does not have to be big or extraordinary. It could just be trying a new tea or learning to draw a flower on paper. Every new experience is a time you say to yourself, I am still growing. I am still blooming. This not only stimulates intellectual clarity, but also builds a quiet confidence that you can still master your life. Understand this radiant truth. Curiosity keeps the spirit young. The seventh secret, honoring the power of rest. Dear friend, as we age, sleep sometimes no longer comes as easily as a breath. I understand the feeling of long nights tossing and turning while staring at the ceiling, when the room is perfectly quiet, but your mind is running an endless marathon. Calculations about health, worries about children, or pieces of old memories keep appearing, keeping your nervous system on red alert in the stillness of the night. I also experienced those nights until I found salvation in the Buddha's teaching on the middle way. He taught that life can only flourish when we find the balance between effort and letting go. Rest is not a stagnation of life. It is the preparation phase for a new rebirth. Tonight, I invite you to perform a small revolution for your sleep. Turn your bedroom into a sanctuary of silence. As the sun sets, actively lower the lights. Cherish a cup of warm herbal tea. Let the heat spread through your palms and feel the soothing from within. Instead of scrolling through a phone screen which sows agitation, choose a precious book and read a few pages in serenity. And just before closing your eyes, perform a silent ritual of gratitude. Name one thing you feel grateful for today. When you go to sleep with gratitude, you are sending an ultimate safety signal to every cell. Understand this comforting truth. Rest is a quiet form of healing. The eighth secret, honoring your own journey. There is a silent but harsh habit we often carry throughout our lives. The habit of looking back at the past path through the eyes of a judge. We remember mistakes and falls vividly. and frequently torment ourselves over things we should have done better. But dear friend, have you ever stopped to honor your own soul, the brave soldier who has resiliently walked through every storm to be here, right this moment? I remember an afternoon when, after passing through a volatile period, I treated myself to a piece of warm, baked apple pie. I sat quietly on the porch, no phone, no thoughts of work. I cherished that sweet flavor and whispered, "Thank you. Thank you for not giving up. Thank you for persisting until today." It was a tiny act, a victory no one witnessed, but it nourished my soul with a vitality stronger than any worldly praise. In Buddhist wisdom, there is a beautiful concept called mudita, sympathetic joy. Usually, we are taught to rejoice in the joy of others. But tonight, I invite you to practice rejoicing in yourself. Look back at the scars in your soul and the wrinkles at the corners of your eyes. They are not signs of fading. They are medals of resilience. You have gone through losses, survived heartstorms you thought you couldn't overcome. You have grown, become more tolerant and stiller. Don't wait until you achieve something great to allow yourself to be happy. Learn to celebrate small daily victories. A time you chose to smile instead of being angry, a morning you bravely got out of bed to walk, or a moment you dared to let go of control to find stillness. Understand this radiant truth in your heart. Your life story deserves appreciation. Tonight, let self-compassion wrap around you like a soft silk blanket. Sleep in the silent pride of one who has lived deeply, bravely, and now completely deserves absolute peace. Old age, in the wisdom of mindfulness, is not the sunset of loss, but the harvest season of the deepest values. We have together lit 8 anchors of peace, from steady walking meditation, meals of gratitude, liberating laughter, gentle routines, heart connection, beginner's curiosity, the power of submitting to the night, and finally, noble self-compassion. Every moment you choose to be present is an opportunity for your soul to bloom once more. Understand this comforting truth before closing your eyes. Peaceful aging begins with small, mindful choices. Tonight, which secret touched your heart most deeply? Share it with me in the comments as a silent commitment to your own soul. If this video brought you a bit of warmth, please like and subscribe so we may continue to guide each other on the path of awakening. Wishing you a long night of peace, complete letting go, and a morning waking up, radiant in the light of peace. Goodbye, and see you again.